It's no secret that Japan likes to keep a lot of the cool cars to themselves, while we here in the US have to wait 25 years like peasants to get our hands on anything. A lot of the cars are newer though, so we're going to go over all of the STI models that Subaru made that maybe you've just never seen because they were only really released in Japan. The first one on this list was released in 2004. Subaru launched the Forester STI for the Japanese market only. A sportier version of the standard 2nd-gen Forester, the STI came with new headlights, front bumper, grille, and STI badge-covered fog lights just like those seen on the Impreza STI. It received a 2.5-liter turbocharged flat-4 EJ255 motor that had 261 horsepower and 186 foot-pounds of torque. While the block was not shared with the STI, it did come with the better manifold. It also received the 6-speed manual gearbox from the Impreza STI. The Forester STI accelerates from 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds and does the quarter mile in 14.1, which is pretty good for the size of the car. It also got many upgraded suspension components, including STI sport springs, revised struts, and bigger anti-roll bars and cross members. They had 18-inch 10-spoke alloy wheels with 4-piston Brembo brakes. The interior had a special STI bucket seat that was only unique to the Forester STI. It came with a smaller leather Momo steering wheel and a weighted leather shift knob with red stitching. When I went to Japan in 2018, I remember walking around and I saw a Forester with an STI badge, and I kind of laughed and I was like, oh, they up-badge their stuff as well. They're really not that much different than we are. I looked it up and I learned that there actually is an STI model, and I don't know why they never released that in the US. That's like what we love. Sports cars mixed with wagons, hatchbacks, SUVs. It's the perfect combo that we would have killed to have. In 2008 to 2009, there was an STI version of the 4th generation Legacy named the S402. It was extremely limited to only 402 ever made. It included a 2.5-liter twin-scroll turbocharged engine, which made 281 horsepower and 289 foot-pounds of torque. It came with Bilstein shocks, 18-inch BBS forged wheels, Brembo, 6-piston front and 2-piston rear brake calipers from the Impreza Type RAR. A special serial number plate is added to the center console, and a special VIN plate to the engine bay. They also came in a wagon, which is a given that I would take the wagon. I think most people would take the wagon over a regular sedan.
I want that.
The Subaru Exija, or better known here in the US, the Subaru Tribeca, received an STI model in the year 2009. A key goal in its development was the creation of a vehicle that was as enjoyable for the passengers as it was for the driver. For this model, the STI got into the 7-seater category for the very first time. It featured a suspension system tuned by STI pillow ball bush rear suspension links, STI flexible tower bar, lower arm bar, flexible support front and support rear, an STI front spoiler, sport muffler, and STI 17-inch aluminum wheels. The interior received black Alcantara seats with cherry red stitching, carbon effect panels, and STI logo accents. They really focused on making a comfortable ride and not just making a sports car. If you have a couple kids, this is the perfect car to get an STI badge on your car and then just throw the kids in the back. Here in the US, we know this car as the Subaru Crosstrek, but internationally they are called the Subaru XV. In 2016, STI added performance with added special features to the exterior and the interior. This is another STI that aims at mixing performance with comfort, just like the previous one we talked about. In order to achieve a flat and flexible driving feel with less pitching, high rigidity clamp stiffeners were added as well as a flexible tower bar. Specially tuned dampers and coil springs, which decreased the delay in steering response by about 15% and roll rate by about 6%. As for the interior, the seats are black and orange leather with the STI logo. It had black suede around the interior with orange stitching. For the exterior, an orange pinstripe highlights the STI front spoiler with the rear roof spoiler and an STI sports muffler. Lastly is my favorite STI that we never got. It's the GC8, GM6, whatever version you want to talk about. It is the 1st generation Impreza.
Holy crap! What the hell is this?
The 1994 model year WRX produced 237 horsepower, These cars were taken from the factory assembly line and modified at STI to achieve 247 horsepower with upgraded parts. These were the first Imprezas to receive the STI badge and are called the version 1. The version 2 came out later that year with a power increase to 271, and these were created alongside the WRX on the assembly line instead of being taken away over to STI. They had gold 16-inch wheels with upgraded brakes and better handling. They continued to receive upgrades and ended production in the year 2000. These Imprezas are known to be rally monsters, with them mainly getting popular by Colin McRae in the World Rally Championship, but they have a lot of history in the rally world as well as also just in the driving street world. They are turbocharged, lightweight, all-wheel driving machines. The ultimate dream first-gen Impreza is the 22B. The Impreza 22B STI version was an Impreza that recreated the look and feel of the Impreza World Rally Car in 1997, which had won the World Rally Car category for 3 consecutive years. It has wide-body front and rear fenders, an aluminum hood, side skirts, and a large rear spoiler. The body color was Subaru's famous Sonic Blue. It has a modified EJ22 motor, a close ratio transmission with driver-controlled center differential. It came with gold-colored BBS forged aluminum wheels, and only 424 were ever made, and the most recent sell on this car was $606,000. That is the equivalent of about 30,000 vape pens, which, if you're watching this video, I know that applies to you. There may be more STI models out there that I either just didn't cover, I couldn't find any information on, so if you know of any of those, leave them down in the comments below. If you have any other video ideas that it's kind of similar to this, where it's covering things in Japan we never got, or any just car videos in general, leave them down in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.